Oh, that reflection on my glasses is beautiful. What's going on, guys? We're going to be going live here in just a minute. Literally about 1 minute, we'll be going live. So bear with me. We're trying some new stuff tonight. We're going to be doing some awesome things. Doing amazing things. Huge, amazing things. Now I got to see if I can see comments over here. I got to see if I can see comments over here. We're going to have fun with this, guys. It's going to be fun. Bear with me. We're going to get started here just a minute. How do I get mine? Oh, there's Phil with yay. So I'm not seeing my Facebook right now. That's the fun part. Okay. Bear with me 1 second, guys, while we get this all. Wilson says hello. What's up, Tim? I wonder if I should do. There we go. All right, who said hello? That's Kirshner. Kirshner, you gotta click in the link up above. Right up above, there's a link. You got to jump in there to check that one out. If you guys are just jumping in on the Facebook side, you'll need to click in the link that's right up in the description. It just gives basically everybody permission to see this and blah, 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 blah. Because right now what happens is you pop up as Facebook user like Kirshner here. You're going to pop up as Facebook user. And so we won't know who's asking questions, who's got comments, what's going on. So, yeah, click on the link if you're in there. If you're in YouTube right now, you actually show up. Cigar Show Tim is showing up loud and clear with comments. Steve, you are showing. Michael Wells, good evening, gentlemen. Good evening. We're going to kind of let this roll a little bit. We'll get a few people in here. I'm super excited about our guest tonight. God, this is like, Drew, this is becoming like a little bit more and more like professional and shit.
Yeah,
a little bit. It's kind of cool, man. I'm excited about this. Like, we got YouTube going over here. We got Facebook going over here. You guys are all amazing. I appreciate every one of you. Sherry, what is up, girl? How are you? Thank you for sending me the screenshot as well, too. So I'm gonna work with Tim to get that stuff fixed. But thank you so much for sending it over to me. Cigar Show Tim from Dad Smoking Cigars says, "You got a freaking show, bro." Chris Ponce, what's up, man? Good evening to you. Good evening, sir. Mark Lewis, welcome to the show. I'm gonna try and catch you guys as we're jumping on. We've got a couple different things going on here. So what I'm gonna try to do, and I don't know if it's gonna work or not, but I'm gonna try and keep on top of it because I always love to introduce you guys. Welcome everybody to here. Matt Hashimoto, welcome to the show, brother. Kirshner, look at you, man. So smart. I love it. Done and done. Drew Godding. Trisha says hello. You know what, Trisha? Oh. Well, then hello, Trisha. Matt Jocelyn says hello, all. Rachel Mobley's jumped on here. Rachel, I need you to click the link up in the description. If you're going to be hanging out with me, or Mike, if that's you watching, do me a favor, click right up in the description of the video, guys. There's a link, and all you have to do is give permission for StreamYard to show up like Drew here. It'll show your beautiful picture, your name, so we know who you are when you're commenting. We're gonna get this rolling here in just a minute, guys, as people are jumping in here. Look at this. Sherry smoking a Casa Cuevas Reserva Natural. I love this cigar. So, Sherry, you mean you're smoking one of these? Ooh, look at that. It shows up all nice and blurry. The problem with the green screen is if I put my hand here, sometimes it gets rid of everything like that. But it makes the band look really freaking cool. Richard Mullins, what's going on, brother? Richard, I know you're new to Facebook and all this stuff. But Rick, if you look right up in the description of the video, just right up in top in the description, there's a link that you'll need to click. If you just click on that dude, then we're good. There you go. Mobley got it. Look at that. Everybody's getting it figured out. Chris Pond says, great cigar. Hashimoto, I had the Casa Cuevas Reserva Maduro earlier. You mean this? Facebook user, who is that? Now I can look over here. Mark Lewis, do me a favor. Right up at top in the description, click on the link. That's all you got to do. Click on the link. It'll boot you out of the video for a second, and then you'll come right back in when you're done. So we're letting you guys kind of get in here, click on some of these links, get all this stuff checked out, and then we're going to get this show rolling here. Smoking Flaco Maduro this evening. Matt Johnson. Look at this, dude. Matt Jocelyn smoking the Flaco Maduro. Matt, what's funny about that? I was actually thinking about smoking a Flaco myself, but the Habano. Super excited about that. Yes, such a great cigar. I need a box, says Matt Hashimoto. Hashimoto. Then pick up a box, bro. So before we get started, I want to let you guys know there. Just need a Casa Cuevas ashtray. You mean one of these? Yeah. Well, we'll see what Luis comes up with tonight when he gets on here. But Matt, you brought up a good point. Hashimoto Motorsports. You brought up a really good point. Jack, welcome to the show. Aaron, Rick, you guys are all watching. Welcome. You brought up a really good point. You need a box. Well, guess what, dude? We've got the deal for you. I got 2 different places that you can go to get smoking deals on boxes of Casa Cuevas. If you're looking for a Reserva and you're looking for core line, you can find those at cigarsdaily.com. Right now, we're working on fixing the code. It seems like it worked for me and then it didn't work for me. But if you guys want to try it out, CMEC10, and if producer Drew will actually comment that'd be great. Cigars Daily CMEC10 is going to be one of the places you can get an additional 10% off of your box purchase or 10% off of any purchase of Casa Cuevas cigars on cigarsdaily.com. Or if you go over to cigarking.com, you can look up Casa Cuevas cigars there. And if you use CM10, that's CM for Cigar Mechanic, and 10, it'll give you 10% off your entire order as well. And that's site-wide Cigar King. Oh, I see Luis popped up here. Now we're in trouble. He just popped up. We're not letting him in yet, though. We're going to let him stew for a minute. Guys, I appreciate everybody getting in here, jumping in. I am super excited. What I'd love for you guys to be doing, Matt Meadows in here. Matt, do me a favor, bro. You're showing up as Facebook user right now. You need to click the link up in the comment section or just up in the description right up above. If you just click on that link, give StreamYard permission to shoot your beautiful face over here so I can see you in the comments. That would be awesome. Here we go. CM10 at cigarking.com for your 10% off site-wide with Cigar Mechanic CM10. Tim will be right back. Which is better for the chat, YouTube or Facebook? Chris asked. Chris, it seems like YouTube's actually better for the chat right now because you don't have to click the link. With Facebook, you have to give it permission. So either one shows up, but right now, if you're on the YouTube side, which a lot of you guys are, it'll show up your comments with your beautiful face without having to give permission. Let me throw out this other code before we bring in our guest here. Guys, cigarsdaily.com, CMEC10, and actually it's all lowercase. I did find that out today. It's supposed to be all lowercase. So what just happened here? Now we got some feedback. We can actually just shut that off. CMEC10 will get you the 10% off at cigarsdaily.com, so you can see that right here. So Matt Hashimoto, if you'd like to pick up a box, do it at either of these places, brother. And then cigarking.com, we got CM10 right there for you guys. So guys, listen, we got amazing guests on tonight. I'm super excited because this gentleman here, and I'm pretty sure he's probably got his family, but this gentleman here, guys, he's like family to me. And I'll tell you what, back in May of 2018, so I think it was back in April of 2018, is when I first met Luis Cuevas. And it was amazing because these guys of Casa Cuevas Cigars were one of the first brands we ever picked up as Cigar Mechanic Brokerage. And they actually flew out here, spent 2 days with me traveling around shops. We had a great time. We crushed it. People are open to it. Everybody loves Luis. He's an amazing guy. But listen, he's one of the first people to give Cigar Mechanic Brokerage a chance. Getting a brokerage started is not easy. You have to first start off with a lot of smaller boutique brands many times so that you can kind of earn your way into the business. People can see how you are, who you are, and get to know you. And that's not always easy. And these guys took a risk with me. And man, it's been just great ever since. And they've been there to coach me, to help me along the way. Anytime I had questions, even if it was with another brand, they still picked up the phone and answered those questions for me and were there for me. And man, with that introduction, I want to introduce you guys to my brother, Luis Cuevas. I'm going to bring him here on the show with us. And it looks like the family there.
The family's here. Although there's Denise. There's Denise.
What's up, girl? Here, let's do this. See if we can make you guys bigger somehow. That would be awesome. There we go. Look at that.
There you go.
Guys,
everybody.
Welcome. I love having you guys here. Thank you so much for being on tonight.
Thanks for having us. It's it's phenomenal to be here with you guys, especially in light of these troubling times. This is a nice respite from worry and strife and coronavirus and everything else. This is phenomenal. Thank you.
And I love the new shirts.
Yeah,
Yes,
dude.
they're very nice.
Except Alec, he's wearing the birth date of his sister. By the way, Isa, introduce yourself real quick.
Yes.
You don't have to stay here very long.
She's time around
exposure.
smoke and exposure,
You got it.
you know.
This is
There she
Isabel.
is.
Hey, Isha, how you doing?
Good, and you?
Good. She's like, I don't want anything to do with this.
Yes. Do with it.
And the instructions were, do not do this. Do not do this. It's just a bad look for cigars.
She's gonna come in like this. Hey guys, how you doing?
Yeah.
I freaking love it, man. Issa, thank you for coming in and saying hi too.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
All right, get out of here. Go do more important things.
So, Luis, introduce us to everybody here, because I know everybody, but introduce everybody else to your family real quick while you're sitting there with them.
Oh gosh, my wife and the honestly the backbone of all this, because when I got into this, it was a
You gotta say good stuff. You know?
Okay. Anyway, my wife. here's my son Alec, who is now the 5th generation. Cuevas taking part in all of this, and he has really been a godsend. He's been terrific. And my daughter, who just left, who doesn't like smoking, doesn't like smoke, doesn't like cigars, doesn't like anything to do with cigars.
She's the black sheep of the family.
But we're all here together because everybody's quarantined. So hey, everyone's here. So that's all. But yeah, here we are.
Dude, I'm so excited. I'm like scrolling through his comments, and everybody's saying the legend himself. Everybody's just absolutely. I mean, dude, you guys impact, I think, more people than you choose to admit.
Well, I think more people than we know. I don't know. I mean, Brandon. I mean, we've been at this for such a short time. It's such a business full of really, really interesting people, and really, really successful people that it's just an honor to be amongst them. Truth be told, I mean, I get starstruck when I go to the IPCPR or the CPA or PCA or whatever you want to call it. I think that it's just a really cool thing to be part of such a great industry. So, you know, if people feel that way about me or the company or whatever, then, you know, that's a blessing. That's a blessing. I don't know what to tell you. I have no words otherwise. By the way, can we see you somewhere on the screen? I can't see you at all.
No, we don't want to see me. All we want to see is you.
All right, fair enough. It's just like this vacuum voice. There you are.
There you are.
I'm just letting everybody see your beautiful faces because they don't want to see this, man. They see enough of this.
Well, beauty starts from this shoulder that way. I don't know about this side, but that's okay. And my daughter, when she was here a few minutes ago, but then she took off. So.
It's the hair.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's those that have hair. I love it. I love it, man. So real quick, we've got so many people on here that absolutely love you guys. And I don't know if everybody knows the full story. And I can tell the story, but I can't tell it as well as you do. So I would love to just hear the story because every time I hear it, it touches me and it touches my heart. So I'd love to hear the story because I think you have one of the best stories in the industry.
Well, it's a great story, and it's a very much of an American story, especially in light of the circumstances that we have. It really does stand for the American dream, right? So my great-grandfather leaves Spain lands in Pinar del Rio, Cuba, which is the westernmost point of the island. If you're looking at a map and you got Florida, it's the tippy tip point on the westernmost part. Lands there and just becomes a tobacco, I guess, grower to some degree. Eventually does his own thing. I don't know the details, but he does develop some kind of an industry within that little province. My grandfather takes it over and really blows it up and does very well. And then in 1959, Fidel Castro confiscates everything, and that's why communism is bad. So we fled, like a lot of other Cuban families. My dad comes to the States, reinvents himself, opens up an air conditioning business, does very, very well for himself. One of his brothers comes over, and after some time here says, let's try what Dad did, meaning my grandfather did, in the Dominican Republic, but from the factory perspective as well as growing tobacco. So he goes over, my dad's financing the operation, and from the early 80s, I was going over there when I was in high school, spending my summers over there and learning about it, but not really participating in it to the point I wasn't smoking anything, believe it or not. But I was in it. And then the 90s hit, and in 1997, my father goes all in, leaves everything in the States, goes with my uncle, and the boom's going, and they're doing great. And around 2006, give or take, he and my uncle go their separate ways. My dad sets up shop just to kind of collect his investment back, which came all back. Everything's fine. And around a couple years later, I went to him and I said, listen, you're about to come back to the States. I'm an only child. Great-grandpa did this. Grandpa did this. You're doing this. I'd like to give this a shot. So we got in it together. We were able to grow the business as a factory. And in 2017, we launched Casa Cuevas Cigars. We waited that long because I wasn't really sure how to do it. And Brandon will tell you, launching a new brand is extremely difficult. It's a steep, steep uphill climb. By the way, props to this man, because part of what makes this brand go at all is finding individuals like Brandon. If you don't have someone out there to move the cigars for you and get them in people's hands, you're going nowhere. It's a big country. And if you're by yourself, there's no way you can visit 50 states with all the cities and all the shops and make it happen. It's impossible. It's impossible, period. So people like this young man right here are just indispensable to me. And he came across at the right time. We've been moving forward. Actually, we hit our anniversary April 1st, which was what, yesterday?
Yesterday.
April 1st was March 30th. My first shipment came in for Casa Cuevas.
Wow.
They're all in. So April 1st, in the middle of this coronavirus, I silently celebrated with my wife about this, this milestone of ours. And we've been at it now exactly 3 years and really, really happy with it. But I was asked once at another podcast, actually by Coop, what's more difficult, having the factory or having a brand? Having a brand is substantially much more difficult than having a factory. It just is. And truth be told, along the way, I mean, it helped a lot that we had people like the Tarano family behind us that we had connections with since Cuba. My grandfather and the Taranos, and then my dad and Carlos Tarano Sr. All of that sort of helped things along, even during the boom, to a degree that I can't put a price to. So we were very blessed, and we're blessed now. And anyway, here we are. No,
I think it's great. And I think what, the difference, and there's a couple questions coming up we'll get to, right? And guys, please keep asking the questions, because this is your time to ask the questions of the whole family. But I think when you look at, like, you talk about the difference between a factory and a brand. With a brand, you have to sell it twice.
Yeah.
It's not just finding somebody to make cigars for. It's finding the people, and you're competing in that space, and then you've got to find the consumers to fall in love with the brand.
Not only that, I mean, a lot of shops, and this is where you come in, for people that do what you do as well as you do it. A lot of times, the shop owner will sit there and say, "Listen, I'm too busy to be out there selling a new brand. I love the cigars; they're terrific, but that doesn't mean that John, who's going to walk into that humidor, is going to pick you up over someone else. So right. I need to have that happen. Once the cigars get into someone's hands, I'm confident that they'll like them. I'm confident that they will become part of their humidor. And that's always been my motif and my motto. I want to be part of someone's humidor. I don't want to be the only cigar they smoke. I want to be part of their rotation. So they got to stand on their own. But what makes that individual go in there and spend their hard-earned money on this cigar over the one that they know? Price points are not that different. We're not, obviously, we're not super inexpensive. We're not overly expensive. We're right there. So if the guy's got $10, why would he spend it on me and not on someone else? And that's where someone like a Brandon will step into and he'll be working that humidor, doing a cut and light, impromptu, actually double selling because he sold it once to that shop to carry it. And the second time he's working for free to get it into the people's hands. And then the cigar's got to stand on their own. And that's a big to-do, man. It's a lot. So there's a lot that goes into this. It's really, really tough. Having a factory, you come to me, you say, I want to produce 100,000 cigars. I give you a price. You pay me up front. I ship them to you. It's on you.
Right. You're done.
We're done. I mean, more difficult, much more difficult.
And how nice would it be as if it was just like, hey, man, even on my end, it'd be great to be able to go into a shop and say, hey, thank you for bringing in the cigars. I'm done. I'm going to go to the next shop. Like, it doesn't work that way. There's so much more to it.
It doesn't. It doesn't. I mean, and that's why you look at brands that are established that you guys all know, right? And these brands have been established forever, but everybody started from nowhere. Everybody started from nowhere, and then they built themselves up. So you look at these success stories, whether in our industry or any other industry, all of these folks, and some of you out there, whoever's watching right now, you know what it's like to get to the top or try to get to the top. In my case, I'm not even close to being there right now. And where you started from, it's rough. Everybody sees the success at the end or the lack thereof, and they don't realize the trials and tribulations that take place as you're climbing through all of this just mess, competing with other companies, competing with other industries, just to get to where you are. So it's tough.
Yeah. No, it's very, very tough. Now, Renee wants to know what Denise is smoking.
Oh, I am actually doing or smoking an actual Casa Cuevas Reserva, Connecticut. Yeah.
I can never say it like you guys. Reserva. I'm like the whitest white guy in the industry, right? I'm like, it's a Casa Cuevas Reserva.
He's so nervous right now.
I don't usually do podcasts. He's like, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. I'm like, okay. So I have
you'll be fine. Listen, it's simple. We're just talking. It's us having a conversation. This is this is the shit show this is a shit show we call Cigar Mechanic Garage, and this is what we do. This is just us having a conversation in your backyard. That's all it is. We're just having a good time.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, thank you for having us.
No, thank you for being a part of it, and thank you for making me a part of your family. I mean, I love you guys and everything that you guys have done for me. And I know that, Luis, you and I, we go back and forth just complimenting each other all the time, and it seems like it's a compliment battle half the time.
It's not about to go through, right?
Right. Now, so let's talk about that kid behind you.
Well, this kid behind me is, he's going to speak for himself in a minute, but obviously he's my joy. Everybody's son and daughters of pride and joy. But he got full into it a few months ago, and he's been a phenomenal asset. It's actually really cool to watch him juggle university. He's in his third year of accounting at FIU, local university here in Miami. And what we do, because a lot of times, and you know this, you've seen him, he'll have to travel with you because I'm occupied in another place. And I can't be in two places at once, and he'll step up and he'll do it. And you know what? Everything happens for a reason. Sort of God has a plan. He turned 21 right at the right moment. And now that the law has changed, he's able to actually go to shops, go into venues and do events and whatnot. And he's not 20. He's 21. So it all worked out really well. I'm extremely proud of him. I know his mom is too. Passionate about the cigars, passionate about the industry. And hopefully, this will carry forward. My thing is, I'll let him speak in a second. My thing is, and I know some folks have a different take on this. Our fear is that if you put all your eggs in this basket and you don't get another insurance policy. It doesn't have to be accounting. It can be a mechanic. It can be a plumber. It can be a trade. It doesn't matter. You need something to fall back on just in case this doesn't hold water going forward. And we know we're all in a mess. Look at the world right now, right? We're selling a commodity. People don't need this.
Right.
It's cool that people are supporting us, but people don't need this. They need food. They need shelter. They need water. They need those essentials. This is not it. So with the FDA just on our butts, and then the economy the way it's turning right now, I didn't want him to be completely just naked out there, just looking at this, saying, "This is my future. What if this doesn't work out?" Right. So
right.
That's been the whole crux of it, and he's handled and he's juggled it very well. So anyway,
it's the rule of thumb. I'm happy to be a part of it. To tell you the truth, it's something that, as my father just said, it happened just kind of out of the blue. Like I said, I got back, or like he said, rather, I got into it a couple months back. Originally, I was working at the office with my father part-time, and then as things went on, I became the director of operations, so I have a lot more on my plate, but I don't mind doing the juggling because I absolutely love what we do, and it's an amazing industry as a whole. So.
Well, and Alec, you're like, dude, the last time you came out here, man, you're a stud, bro. Like, you're an absolute stud. Like, you fought to come out here just for an event, and I know Mama was concerned. We took care of him, but you fought to come out here, right?
I thank you for that. You were wonderful with him.
and then we do the event, right? And then we do our own form of social distancing, and we take you out rock crawling, right?
Yeah.
And I'm telling you what, we climb that little waterfall, and we get to the top of it, and I look at Alec, and we get out of the Jeep, and I look at him, and I go, "It's your Jeep. Now it's your turn."
That was terrifying. It was terrifying. It really was. It's not my
video was awesome.
It was terrifying, but he's sitting there trying to look cool with a cigar in his hand.
Yeah, right?
I'm going, dude, 2 hands on the wheel.
It's all a facade. I was nervous. I was going little by little over that. It was true. It's nervous. It wasn't my car. And it's my first time ever doing that. To tell you the truth, it was a lot of fun.
He had a blast. He came back just raving about it. Raving about it, Brandon.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, but you did it, and that's the thing. Like, so many people would have chickened out on that, dude. And like, you fly out here in the middle of this, like, right in the beginning of this whole thing, this pandemic come about. You crush the event. Everybody loves you. We like bail from the event, get in the Jeep, we head out there, and next thing you know, this guy's climbing waterfalls on his own and never done it before. Like, just stud, man. This kid is something else, dude.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
He gets that bravery from me.
Yeah. Is that what it is?
No.
So I didn't ask this question. Somebody else did. Can you see the questions on there?
I do. And I've seen some of the comments, by the way. Some of the comments have been wrong. I haven't responded to them because I'm not sure what to do, but
we're just talking.
I've seen a comment from Tim a little while ago. Thank you so very, very much. Anyway, I saw that the question just went away right now. What is a collaboration? Collaboration with Cigar Mechanic Cigar, LOL. Well, by the way, you know what? He was down there. Brandon was down at our factory, and he blended some wacky cigar, which turned out to be really damn good. So that may work out. Now, Phil, I think Phil's watching. Phil's cigar was a little over the top. I think it's here with Phil's cigar. It was maybe a little too strong, but Brandon's cigar was phenomenal.
Yeah, when the roller looks at you and says, "You don't want to make this." Phil, you don't want to make this.
that was wow. Woo. But Mo liked it though. I remember that. Mo liked Phil's cigar a ton, if I remember right.
Well, he liked Phil's reblended cigar. Nobody got to smoke the original one. Then Phil went back and reblended it. Put some flavor in the cigar, and Mo liked that one. So we're asked to tell us the La Mandaria story.
Oh, wow. You know what? At this point, I've said this before. I don't even have a scab. I mean, we're done. There it is, right? So back in February on Valentine's, I think I got my Facebook reminder. It was like February 12th. We were broken into at our warehouse, and people get confused on this. They don't have cameras. They don't have alarms. Yeah, everything was alarmed and full of cameras inside. I've got a bay door. I've got a front door. I've got a back door that leads to an alleyway. There's sensors everywhere. So the idea was if you broke in to get to the humidor where the cigars are kept, broken through the back, broken through the front door, broken through the bay door, everything's going off. What these guys, jerks, did is they broke in through the wall and directly into the humidor. And no, folks, I did not have sensors or cameras inside the humidor. By the way, if you're out there with a business, cameras do nothing for you because they capture people with masks, and that's about it. Unless you have a specific limp that the police can pick up on, if they're not Columbo, nothing's happening. You're watching the thing. You're watching the thing. It's true. You're watching it going on, going, "Oh my God, who is that guy?" But that's it. You're suffering through it. Anyway, they got in. It took 5 hours. It was 7 guys. They worked out throughout the night. Very professional, to be honest with you. They were just professionals at what they did. It wasn't their first rodeo. And they wiped us completely out. I mean, completely out. So where they're trying to make the best lemonade, right? Out of these horrific lemons. And after we sulked for a while, Alec actually goes, if we're going to come up with something to make a pun on this and try to get some money back on this, let's do just a play on what they used. And they used a sledgehammer to break through the wall. La mandaria in Spanish means sledgehammer. In English, rather, means sledgehammer. So that's what we came up with. La mandaria was born. And originally it was just a limited run to try to compensate. That's it. To try to compensate for the flacos that were stolen. Because of all the cigars that we had that were gone, the flacos are the ones we couldn't replace. Right.
Yes.
Those boxes were numbered. And that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
And
by the way, you're getting your bundle in a couple of days. There's a couple of those left.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
There's a couple of those left.
See, I listen to you, Brandon.
Yeah, right?
In any event, those were numbered 10-count boxes, and they came out of sequence to me. What was stolen, I didn't know what was stolen and what was left. So in fairness to whoever bought whatever box 25 of 500, I couldn't replicate another 25 of 500. Right. Not cool. So how do we make that up? The other stuff we just make more of. And we did, but those we couldn't. So La Mandaria was kind of like an idea to help people, and people did. They flocked to it. They've helped us out, and now, as you can see on your cigar, it's a secondary band. It's a full-on production item, and we're proud of it. And it's just been going great. It's been going great. And the way things work out, that blend was done more quickly than any of the other blends we ever had. The box was almost immediately thought up of. Just all of it was almost instantaneous. It just kind of worked together. And here we are with what's turned out to be a home run for us. So anyway, thank you guys for supporting us on that. But we took a big hit. Let me tell you, not having had the factory in my family, they would have put us out of business. If I would have been a regular brand owner without a factory, who then has to sit there and tell the factory, make me another X amount of cigars, buy the boxes, do this, do the other, and then start again. If you don't have the capital, you're out. And we had just bought that warehouse too. So you've got that extra expense on top of it all. It was just devastating. I mean, we moved in January. We were robbed in February.
Well, and that was when we came back from the factory.
Indeed.
Yeah, because we had just been at the factory and we came back that Friday. I think it was Friday we came back from the factory, and then I think it was like Sunday morning, or just Monday morning. I get a call from you guys.
That's our Gordo. We're gonna get rid of him right now. So.
I had to lick my face off. Yeah, he's
that's all right.
The pack dog is doing his job.
You needed that guy. You needed that dog in the warehouse.
Yeah, we did. All 3 pounds.
Hey, Drew says we still need a Corona size in the La Mandaria.
By the way, it's coming out. Not La Mandaria, Drew. And by the way, hi, Drew, and thanks for all you do.
Hi, Drew.
We have a Corona size in the Reservas. There's also a Lancero in the Reservas. Because keep in mind, the Reserva is a grandfather product.
Yes, I know.
And so
I'm excited too.
We're talking about sizes that were in style in the late 90s, early 2000s. So that's why we don't have a 60. For example, in that line, but we do have a Corona, we do have a Lancero because people have been asking me for it, so it's going to come out.
Good.
But you know, my premise on having the business, Brandon, has always been Hey Vance, how are you, brother? my premise has always been get a ground hold, let it build itself. Listen, having a factory, I can launch stuff all the damn time. I choose not to. I don't want to. I don't think we should saturate it as a brand. I see Brandon nodding. I wanted to get Casa Cuevas, the core line, to get some legs. Then we launched the Reserva line, just a couple of sizes, get some legs. And then little by little, we released other new things. I don't want to saturate it with everything all at once because I don't think it'd be a good fit for such a small brand right now. And if people are patient, it'll come. Again, though, with the caveat that unless something changes, I don't want to sit there and say that a 60 is going to come out. It's not in the Reserva line. So anyway.
Yeah, well, we don't need more 60s, man. We need more Lanceros and Coronas.
You're right. And by the way, they're catching fire, man.
Yeah.
They're catching fire. Not ours, I mean, just in general, that size.
Yeah.
And God, I think that's a smoker's size.
It really, and I think it's something we have to educate more people on as to why the smaller size, because for the longest time, people just said, well, I'm getting more bang for my buck by getting the Gordo. But really, you're losing so much of that flavor and you're losing so much of what's in that cigar by going to that larger size, in my opinion.
No, 100%. You know, Eric Espinosa, we were in Vegas. Right before TPE. And we were at Vegas Cigar Outlet. And he did his shtick there with the owners and whatnot, with Raj and whatnot.
Yeah, Tuesday night. It
was a Tuesday night. And I remember he said, we blend to size. Yes, you have to blend to size. You folks out there, if you take a 6x50 and you're going to take whatever proportions of tobacco are in there and you're going to make it in a 6x60 and you use the same proportions mathematically, it will not work. It simply will not work. Yeah. So a 60, no matter how much extra tobacco you put into it, it's still a different cigar than that Toro that you like so much. And keep in mind that each size, each ring gauge is 1/64 of an inch. It's not much, right? But yet the flavors all change completely. The profile of cigars change completely. We make a certain cigar for a company, and if you roll it in the regular traditional size and instead of the shape that we make it in, the taste changes completely. It's amazing how nuanced these things are. 42 to 48 is a phenomenal gauge. It is a phenomenal gauge. That's what Tim is saying right now. Yep.
Yeah. Now, do you guys know Steve from Frontline Cigars?
I don't.
Okay, I'm going to get you guys introduced. I'm actually going to be sending him a sample pack.
Okay, awesome.
So he's definitely interested, and he's been hearing a lot about you guys. So, Steve, I have a package. I'll be sending it out to you. Don't worry about it. It's coming your way.
Great. Nice to meet you, Steve.
Yeah, he's a great dude. He's been doing a herf, just really cool dude. And it's all like the herf that he does, the virtual herf, is like firefighters, cops, first responders. It's like primarily dudes that are in the front lines of this war right now.
And by the way, God bless everybody who's out there doing that right now, because are you kidding me? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's tough.
There you go. Says he should get it next month.
Awesome.
Nice.
Because he knows how bad I am at shipping.
Blame it on coronavirus.
Yeah, I'll blame it on them. Now, I don't know what this says because I don't speak Spanish.
Mi esposa es chilena, pero no tomes eso contra ella, por favor, Francisco. So what I said was Francisco from Argentina, and Argentina and Chile have this sort of strife going. And I said, my wife's Chilean, don't hold it against her. There you go, Tim. Thank you. That says a lot. That says a lot about you.
We love you, Tim.
So now everybody's gonna make fun of my shipping now. See?
Always.
Nothing but love, man. I'm telling you, nothing but love.
Every time he comes to pick me up anywhere, he's late. He's always on time for the events.
For Luis, you have no idea.
But he's always late, so I get it. Next year, says William, by the way.
Yeah, dude, I have a package sitting over here that I was supposed to mail to a buddy in Canada, 4 months ago?
Oh, my Lord.
I'm terrible at shipping, and now I put it on Drew's lap, and it's his job to move it and get it out.
By the way, getting it to Canada is kind of sticky. We have friends in Canada. We wind up shipping to upstate New York, and then from there they come down and pick it up. We can't
They
get
go
cigars to them.
They go to Buffalo.
They go to Buffalo to pick it up. Yeah. Anyway, for what it's worth, this cigar doesn't smell like a broken cigar.
Okay, I told Tim this story. Do you remember that? Do you know where that comes from?
Yes, I know. The first time we sat in your car, can we smoke a cigar? Then it smelled like a broken cigar. Yeah, true. I go, can we smoke in your car? You know.
Yeah. These guys just got off a big old flight, man. We're gonna go tour lounges, and like you look at me and go, "Can I smoke in your cigar? This doesn't smell like a broker's car."
Cigar? Did you just get the car cleaned, or what was going on?
No, I just started my brokerage. It was like day one of my brokerage. I was like, well, what is it supposed to smell like? Do it.
Yeah, we broke it in. Oh my God, we did break it in. God, Jesus Christ.
Oh my God, bro.
Big ashtray now.
Dude, that thing, we smoked so many cigars.
Oh, we did. We did.
But here's the thing, and this is what I tell people all the time, and what really, I mean, aside from you and everybody there that was, and traveling around and spending the time with you guys, the thing that really sold me on those cigars was day 2 when we did the event over when it was Ford on 5th.
Okay.
And we had smoked so many damn cigars that day because we've been touring. Dude, you guys were here for 2 days. 2 days. And we banged out so many shops in those 2 days. It was like boom, 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 shop, shop, shop. And you're lighting up a new cigar with everybody. We're going through cigars like we never had one down. Then you're doing the event. And you know how events are. We're smoking cigars the entire time the event. So I think it was like cigar number 9. The event's coming to a close. It was like 9 or 10, right? And like we look through the bundles and there's nothing left. Like we've gone through the cigars and all there was the Casa Cuevas Connecticut before you had the Reserva line.
Yeah, the original. The original. That's it.
That's all there was. And I said, well, I guess I'll put smoke in the air. I'm not going to taste shit after 9 cigars, man. And then I'm going to smoke this light little Connecticut, right? And when I lit that thing up, man, I tasted every bit of that Connecticut. It had a little bit of strength. It had a ton of flavor, which told me 2 things. Your tobacco is properly aged and well blended because it didn't burn out my palate. And the Connecticut is not done as a boring cardboard Connecticut. It's done as a Connecticut with a lot of flavor. I tell people it's mild to mild plus in strength, but it's full in flavor.
And thank you very much.
And I freaking love it.
And I don't know if he's watching or not, but our friends who are in the industry, we have the blessing of being able to swap cigars all the time. And Jack Tarano, that is his go-to cigar out of my line all the time. He's never asked me for a Maduro or an Habano or a Reserva or a Mandaria. He loves those cigars.
He's like, you're gonna bring some Connecticut's,
yeah. So that's a pretty good.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good. That's a word I want to use. I'm lacking the term right now.
Endorsement.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
So here's a question for you.
Too, though. This one is delicious as well.
Oh yeah.
More. Oh wow.
Yeah, right. I'm not even going to try to pronounce half those words.
I'm going to get my abacus out and I'll figure that out for you, Francisco.
Now, one of the questions we skipped by earlier that I want to bring by you guys, all 3 of you, to answer, is let's just put it this way: other than Casa Cuevas, what is your favorite cigar and why?
Oh wow, and why? You know what? I don't think I have a favorite cigar. I have other cigars that I smoke.
Yeah, that we like.
That I like anyway. I go ahead.
I like La Crema from Espinosa. I like it a lot. If I don't have a Casa Cuevas and we go to, Jack's house or something, I was like, you know what, bust out a crema for me, So, so I really and I liked it before. I've liked it for a very long time.
Yeah. Because we go to shops and we support shops and we try not to buy our own stuff. And she's always like that too. I like the Oscuro from Espinosa as well. Mm-hmm. I like stuff from Plasencia. Yeah. The Alma Fuerte I like very much.
What did I have last time with Jack's house that he was like, "You got to try this"?
I don't remember.
It was
the War Zone.
Was it?
I don't know. That's all he.
I don't think it was. Maybe.
Okay.
Was it a
you
war
need to
zone?
tell
If
me.
Jack
He's
chimes
like,
in,
you
I
gotta
don't know.
try this.
But I like them. I like Oliva cigars a lot. I like the Melanio. I know I get criticized sometimes for, but I do. I think consistency-wise, Padron, the 64, I'm phenomenal. I think it's phenomenal. Hi, Bianca. Hi.
Hi, Bianca.
That's so cool. She says I'm so happy that I missed this life. That's awesome. Let me see. What else do I usually go for?
What do you like? You
What about Alec? Yeah, let's get the boy in here.
Alec has more nuanced,
He's got-
taste. He smoked a lot more than
Yeah.
The reason being is because I used to work at a retail shop here on Neptune Cigars at Big On Online. I was with them for about 11 months. So the minute I started and I went through my training routine, I'd pick up a cigar every day from what they had on their repertoire. And I'd always come home and I'd be like, Pops, I tried this today, or I tried this today, and I tasted this and that and the third. So to tell you the truth, I agree with my father. I don't really have a particular favorite. There's a lot of great stuff out there, to tell you the truth. The Rose of Sharon, that is a phenomenal Connecticut. That is a smoker's
Thank you, Willie.
Oh, Willie there. So I love that Connecticut. It's another one of those Connecticut's that really brings a lot of flavor. It's very full in flavor, not too harsh on your palate, so it's extremely nice. The Padrones, the consistency, definitely, but I think one of my most preferred is part of the 1000 series. If I recall, the 4000 series Maduro. That's a phenomenal smoke. Let's see. I have a whole list. I can go forever to tell you.
and I'm reluctant to say this, but Vicarious came out with a negotiator recently. I know we make them at our factory, but they blended them. It's a small, quick cigar. It's a phenomenal cigar.
They are.
The negotiator Vicarious.
Actually,
It's tough to find, but if you do, give it a go. It's a short, quick smoke. It's a great smoke. It's a box press. Really nice
box
smoke.
press cigars too.
Really nice smoke.
Yeah, box press are really good.
Yeah, I usually
perfect
try not to
on
say
your
stuff that
mouth.
we make at the factory makes, because you sort of self-aggrandizing yourself. I don't like to do that, but I gotta say that's a cool smoke. That's a great smoke.
Yeah, but if you're making the stuff, I mean, listen, even if you're making it, it's not your. I said other than Casa Cuevas. That's not Casa Cuevas. It just comes from the factory that makes Casa Cuevas, which you own.
Correct. That's a good smoke. That's a really good smoke.
Yeah.
That negotiator, their line is very, very nice, but that negotiator, I think Jay Clark and company hit a home run with that. It's phenomenal.
No, he did very good with that one.
Carlito, how are you, brother? Yeah,
everybody's
awesome. I agree with you.
Awesome. It really is. It is really great.
There's Michael Wells.
Alec, what is your favorite Casa Cuevas that you like?
It's fluctuated. When we just had the core line, one of my favorites was the Habano, especially when we had the Flacos. The specific session for the Habano for that Flaco was phenomenal. The first time I smoked that, I fell in love with that cigar. But as of now, with the Reserva line, including La Mandaria, I would have to say the Reserva Natural. And I think personally, it's not necessarily because it's guaranteed to be a lighter smoke or it's something that's more refined. I think it's more so because it's definitely more of a medium-bodied cigar, and it still carries a lot of full flavor. It's definitely an amped-up version of our Connecticut with some tweaks. Obviously, it's a different blend, but it's a phenomenal smoke, and I love that cigar. If there's one cigar that I definitely push from Casa Cuevas, it's the Reserva Connecticut. Phenomenal smoke.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, no, that's a great cigar. Great cigar. Matt Hashimoto wants to know where he can find him a box of the negotiators because it's for his buddy on the police force.
You know what? I'll reach out to the owner of the company. Reach out to Brandon. I know you guys know each other well, and I'm sure there will be no issue in me getting a box out there to you. We distribute for them out of my warehouse here in Miami. So once you give me that information, the address, I'll contact the owner of the brand. I don't think there'll be a problem. We'll get it out there for you. I give you my word. It'll get out. If Brandon gets that that address as quickly as possible, it'll get out there. By the way, exactly, Carlos. The thing is that I like to chew my cigars, and box press sit well within my teeth. I just like to chew on it. It just feels okay. I'm comfortable. The same reason I don't like a 60 or a 70 or an 80. I don't feel comfortable with that. But a box press cigar just kind of sits well within you. You're absolutely right. Right.
And for those guys that want that little bit more tobacco, a box press will bring that size down a little bit, so it doesn't feel so large in the mouth, but you can get your value out of your tobacco if you're one of those guys.
Indeed, and let me tell you, the box press, right? So you're trying to equate. You get our box press is a 48, and you take that 48 in a regular round size, and to transfer it over to the box press, you got to take tobacco out because they all start round. You're essentially pressing them into that size, and if you take that same amount of tobacco and you press it, the wrapper will burst. So the nuance is, the catch is to try to get that flavor profile while putting in less tobacco in. Something's got to give. You got to take something out while still hanging that same flavor profile. It's an art. It's an art. My dad does it very, very well. But it's whoever does box presses that you guys enjoy, they do it, and it's not easy to do. So anyway, for all it's worth.
Yeah. Well, do you want to explain that real quick? I mean, I know you talked a little bit about. Yeah, I'm going to be popping the comments up here so you guys can see them. But do you want to explain a little bit more about kind of how that box press process works?
It's actually very rustic, right?
Yeah.
They start off round. They're very mushy, and you suddenly put them in slots of 20. So these little slats of 20. You put another piece of plywood on top. They're made out of plywood. You put them inside, plywood on top, and a brick on top of that. Literally a cinder block on top of that. You've seen it.
It's a process.
And you leave it there for weeks on end.
Yes.
And if you don't box them quickly enough, after some time, they will go back to being round. So you've got to sit there and put them in the box them up, and then they'll keep their shape. But it's a long, drawn-out process. It's okay. It's why a single malt Scotch that's been aged for 12 years versus a 5-year is going to cost more money. It just takes more time to get that cigar out to the public, as long as it's shaped, and that's what you want ultimately. But they all start off round, less tobacco inside. You've got to essentially crush it into shape, and you got to have that thing, that object, assume that shape, but it's dying to go round again. It wants to be round. Yep. You just don't want to allow it to be round. So you've got to wait a significant amount of time before it holds a shape, and you got to box it almost immediately. There's a lot to it. There's a lot to it. It's an interesting process, and it's a complicated process, not an easy process. I might add. Yeah.
And real quick, Joseph, I see you commenting here. He says 6 out of 6. No dogs in this lineup. Tremendous flavor. Great aged tobacco. Beautifully blended. Joseph, if you do me a real quick favor, dude, right up in the description of this live video, there's actually a link that you need to click on if you're on Facebook, just to give permission so your name will pop up here. Because right now you show up as Facebook user.
Shout out.
So, but thank you for the shout out. I'd love for your name to pop up here so we can see exactly who you are in here.
Please and love.
You can see with Philip, he's clicked on the link, so you'll show up like Philip here if you all just click on it real quick.
By the way, Phil, thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Hi, Joseph.
There you go, Joe. How are you, brother?
Oh, there we go. What did you say? There are only a few really well-made, solid prensados.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. And I know Carlos knows, because Carlos worked in the industry for a while, and he knows the cigars. So, yeah, it's hard to do. It's tough to do. Not that we hit a home run with every single one we make, because it's still a man-made product, but
sure. Of course.
Yeah, of course I can sign it. Of course I can sign it.
Look at you guys, man, signing stuff there. We gotta get the whole family signing that thing.
Even the one that ran off because she doesn't want to deal with this, the cigar smoke.
I know that's up to Matt Hashimoto. You want the one that ran off? You want her signature too?
I'm gonna come back, just make a guest appearance. It's crazy.
Jason, all you gotta do is let me know. Listen, we got a couple deals out there right now. Cigars Daily is a big supporter of ours, and they've got the CMECH 10. So CMECH 10, all in lowercase. That's a coupon code for you picking up Casa Cuevas, getting an extra 10% off. You also have Cigar King, who's actually one of the first people to bring it in when we started touring Arizona together. And they carry it. You've got CM10 at Cigar King and get you an additional 10% off. If you'll go to either of those guys and send just a message to them saying you would love to have the La Mandaria, just send them a message, and I'm sure they'll reach out to me. We'll make sure we get it for you. But that helps us to do our job, knowing that you're looking for that cigar. And so if you just let them know you're looking for it, man, we'll make sure we get it in there for you.
Absolutely.
Toughest decision I have to find is which one to smoke because they all hold equal weight and flavor. I think this is still Joseph. He hasn't clicked the link yet. The funnest part of doing these lives. The funnest part of doing these lives is I get to tell people, click the freaking link. We use a StreamYard, man, and it does a different thing, man.
And thanks for the compliment. We try really hard to do that.
Louis, you and I are so opposite. Like, I'm the guy that's like, dude, just click the damn link. You're like, I don't care. Here, thanks for the compliment. You're always the nice guy, and I'm like, what's wrong with you?
It's the yin and the yang. The yin and the yang.
Your box press. I cut mine. I cut everything. I don't do the figure 8 punch. I don't use a V cut either. I cut everything, and I use my nail for just about all of it. I lose all cutters. I lose all lighters. So I have a really crappy lighter, and I have no cutter at all. I just use my thumbnail and just kind of go around it. So anyway,
do that from you.
It's phenomenal, by the way, Bianca. They are.
I learned how to do that from you. You guys taught me the Cuban cut.
The Cuban cut.
I know I did. Like, there's times I didn't have I see these guys take their cigar and they bite them and they spit it out. Like, the cigar's all shredded. And I'm like,
yeah, no, man. You just take off la chupeta, which is the little top part, the little tippy top part, the little round part that they put on top, the crown. You take that off with your fingernail and you are good to go.
Yeah. No, dude, that's awesome.
I think you'd enjoy that. La Mandaria right now is neck and neck with the Reserva Maduro as my favorites. I remember smoking a Mandaria at the last podcast I did, and I kept saying, I didn't realize I was still being filmed, how amazing it was. Alec and I had driven to Lakeland, Florida, which is quite a bit of a drive for us, and wow, I love it. I love it. Somebody says I have a cutter for
That's deep.
That's my uncle.
That's my brother.
That's my uncle.
Yeah, my brother.
That's right. Your uncle, I'm sorry. To try a stronger cigar. Oh, wow. You know what? I think you have to tell them it's like when you start off with a light beer and then you kind of move on, eventually wind up at an IPA. It's a gradual thing. It's got to happen. As you grow through your flavor profiles and you evolve as a cigar smoker and you evolve with different blends and different brands, part of it is smoking a stronger cigar. It just fits the bill. After a heavy steak dinner, let's say, that's what you want. That's what your body kind of craves. So I think that would be my thing. If the person you're talking to has been smoking for a while, the next gradual step up is to smoke a stronger cigar.
Don't be afraid of it.
Yeah, don't be afraid of it. Hey, the worst that can happen is
You put it down.
yeah, that's it.
You put it
It
down.
down.
Yeah.
But I think you should. You can't be a cigar smoker and not try the entire realm of what cigars have to offer you, right? From very, very soft-bodied to very, very full-bodied, and you'll figure out what you like, right? So, yeah.
Brian, that's some good advice.
Brian says, take a stronger cigar, pair it with their favorite spirit. It'll be a little bit easier for them.
Absolutely.
So you're telling me what we shouldn't do is just say, hey, man, this is a perfectly mild cigar. You're going to love it, and light it up and cut it for them.
No.
Hey, what was that flask you had right there? That thing looked pretty cool.
Did it.
Did I go get mine?
Wait.
Well, the whole family has them, man.
Yeah, right?
What's
Yeah, look at that. Look at that.
I did make it better. Metal straw.
That makes it better?
Does. Yes, look how easy this is.
Okay, it works. I love it. You post,
Do it.
At least it's not a paper straw. Those paper straws are killing me, guys.
No,
I
it's all
know the
metal.
environment, and I know
This
whatever.
is why I'm doing the metal straw.
Oh, wow.
I'm helping the environment. You know what I mean?
yeah, stop it with the paper straw.
Thank
Or the
you.
stop it.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. By the way, I miss Arizona, and we had a bunch of trips lined up for
I was
that.
gonna
and
join. I was gonna
Dave-
go to Arizona
Yeah.
with them.
No.
And hey, you know what? But it's still open. We're gonna make it through this, and We're gonna hit.
Hey, man, go
Arizona,
get it, Michael. Take care.
you know?
Take it easy, Michael.
Take care.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And what's crazy is, so we got Cigar Show Tim here who's saying take care to Michael Wells, but you guys were coming out, and I think you guys were one of the first ones he reached out to about coming out for the Pacific Cigar Show.
Excited about it.
Yeah.
Here's the thing I love about the Cuevas family. Luis, when you get a call and you get this guy just randomly calling you going, hey, we're going to try this show thing and we want to make it happen with these boutique brand, brands and all this kind of stuff. Your response is like, I'm in.
But you can tell when I spoke to Tim and he reached out to me, Tim and Kyle both. I mean, but Tim's the one I spoke to. The passion came through, and they're trying to get their project off the ground, and to sit there and even think of me, and say, "Hey, I want you to be part of this." I mean, come on, beyond honored. I'm flattered, beyond flattered. I don't know. I don't have words. So yeah, I'm in. Hell yeah, I'm in. Hell yeah, I'm in. And by the way, Tim, this too shall pass, and
Absolutely.
it's gonna come through. You're gonna do a terrific get together, a terrific show, and we're gonna be part of it, and we're gonna be there. If we all make it through this, and I think we will, as a country, I think we will. Then yeah, hell yeah, I'll be there. Absolutely, I'll be there. We may not shake hands. But we put something well, who knows what the hell's gonna happen in the future, right? I have no idea. But damn it, I'll be there. Absolutely. We'll be there.
Good. Yeah, and I look forward to having all you guys. Man, to have the whole family there would be really cool.
My favorite pairing with a cigar is a Scotch. I like Scotch. I like bourbon in second place. Third place, beer. Fourth place, wine. I think it overpowers wine to a large degree. I know some folks like that. I don't. It doesn't work that well for me. But with Scotches and bourbon, yeah, it just works for me.
I love rum.
Denise's rum.
Yeah,
Alec?
that's what I'm having right now.
Alec, what's your favorite pairing?
Rum, I love.
I mean, to tell you the truth, I don't really have much of a preference. I normally just like to have a cigar and enjoy it. So, I mean,
Doesn't drink as much as we do.
He's 21. He's like, booze.
In 2020, it doesn't matter. What do you think?
There's Phil. He says, I have to thank Luis for getting me addicted to.
And by the way, the last time we were at Dawn and you were making those coladas, oh my God, Phil. Dude, you were channeling Cuba. You were channeling the entire island.
They were good, huh?
Oh, he was phenomenal.
That's awesome.
It's phenomenal.
Phil, I expect a really good colada when I go. Okay? I'm just throwing that out there.
Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Phil has moved from here to Utah and then from Utah down to Texas, so he's dead to me. But
oh my gosh.
When Phil was at that Dawn Cigars event, and Luis, you could back me on this, that dude was like a freaking tweaker drug dealer, man. He had so many of those things. He was sampling his own product and walking around by round 3, the guy's walking around. Hey man, you want some coffee? You want some coffee? Hey, we want some coffee? Anybody got coffee?
That's exactly it.
Dude. And then the dude starts crashing. Like, to go make some more coffee, bro.
Yeah, he did. He got high off his own supply. He did.
Oh, dude, I'll never forget that, man. Because he was like hammy, bro. Like, you want some coffee? Anybody got coffee?
Syrah. Our petite Syrah. Yeah, Carlos is our resident friend, who is a phenomenal chef and just a wine connoisseur on top of that. So yeah, absolutely.
Hi, Leah's in the house.
Alfredo
Luis, Hialeah in the
house. I went to a bar a few weeks ago. They served my drink with a noodle.
Wow. Oh, wow. Are you serious, Bianca?
Dude, I can't anymore, bro. I just can't. Like, before you know it, they're gonna be serving drinks with like red vines and shit.
Most people's straws are useless, by the way.
Yeah.
Can I tell you both my father-in-law and my son absolutely hate straws.
I can't stand them.
They both just like, people serve straws to them and they're like, throwing them constantly out, you know. And and this guy's the same way. It's just crazy how they're so alike in that sense, you know, and many others. But it's cool, you know, that he's just not a straw.
Yeah, Alex is not a straw guy.
He's not a straw guy. He's never was prior to this whole, you know, environmental situation. Save the turtles.
Step ahead.
But you know, it was, he's never been a straw guy, and neither has my father-in-law. My father-in-law has never been a straw guy either. But
So
yeah,
they're doing their part to save the environment.
yeah.
They are.
Well, I mean,
guess.
you could
Before it
what's
was
wrong with
fashionable to be
just
cool.
drinking out of the glass? I mean, I don't know.
Well, I mean, I got to ask you the same question though.
Yeah.
I mean, what's wrong with just drinking out of a flask?
I was about to say.
Okay, this is a lot larger. Okay, more comfortable with a larger, you know.
And
type
still
of
Alec won't do
drinking.
the straw.
No, he won't. He
Still
won't.
don't.
I told him, and he's like, "Mom, I don't like straws." I'm like, "Oh yeah, I forgot."
Joseph, oh my God, look at Joseph's picture on this thing.
Hey, Joseph, how are you? There's Joseph.
Joseph, that's what Phil looked like when he was out handing out the freaking coffees, man.
Joseph just came on to the company, and he is repping us. And by the way, Joseph is a firefighter, so he's one of the frontline guys who's
Nice.
out there in New England.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Joseph,
thank you,
thank you for everything.
and
you
thank
do.
you for everything you do, my friend.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Not forget cigars,
Right.
just that. And yeah, looking forward to being up there too, my friend. Looking forward to being up there. But right now, just keep fighting the good fight. That was my straw.
Priyanka's like, yep, I had a noodle for a straw.
Insane.
Now, she did say it was better than a paper straw, though.
Well, there you go.
I feel as if with the paper straw, it's like a race to the finish before the paper starts, you know, dissolving.
Look, it's all mushy. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Well, there's a trick to it. You actually have to take the paper straw out and just set it above, you know, like on the.
Every time you
actual-
take a sip from it?
Yeah, you take a sip, you set it up there, and then you just put it back in. I know it's work, but
Why? Like, I don't want to work for my drink. I want to pick up my glass, drink it, and set it down.
Or you could just drink it
Here.
off the glass.
That's what I'm saying. Pick up my glass, drink it, set it down. Done. End of story. I don't have to take a straw out, let it drip on the table, get all over the place. Your napkin's right there. Like, you don't need that mess, man.
When Louis and I go to a place and we're gonna drink out of something, we always say, you know, you don't have to add a straw. Forget the straw. You know,
Just no straws.
Gotta eat before my
No straws. Got to run before going to eat. We can see you guys.
Yes.
Take care. Take good care.
Now,
Thank-
you remember, Mike, so we were talking about you the other night, and he actually brought up that about when you saw him the second time at Don's.
Okay.
And this is one of the things that people remember about you is that you remember people. Like everybody, I'm from California, right? So I remember people's faces, and everybody's dude and bro to me. If we haven't talked multiple times, everybody's dude and bro because I can remember a face, but I can't always put the name there. But you remembered Mike Davis when you went back the second time to Don's, and you were really good about that.
Yes.
Well, I try to be, and it's tough. I'll be honest with you. I mean, it's hard because I do travel a lot, and it's hard. But I try the best I can to remember people, and hell, if you're taking an interest in just a guy with a brand who's making a cigar, that says a lot. For you to sit there and go out of your way on whatever evening it may be, and come by and say hello. Are you kidding me? I'm humbled. I think we all are. I mean, it's phenomenal. It's surreal. And I don't think I'll ever outgrow that, for lack of a better term. It doesn't really equate to me as something that should be happening. Even somebody, I know Hashimoto asked for as you call him, right? Asked for an autograph, and I'd be happy to put that on there. And I'm going, really, dude? You want me to taint the box with my name on it? I'll do it. I just find it fascinating and humbling. I mean, humbling is the word, and beyond that. So,
Well, and if you ever start getting that way, I'll just punch you in the nose and we'll set you straight.
there you go. That'll work.
No.
I'm old.
Don't mess up his pretty face.
Coronavirus.
No.
Coronavirus could just kick in, and then one of us.
That's right. So Jason wants to know what's your favorite scotch.
Lagavulin, too peaty, my friend. So Jason, no, not for me. I gotta say no. I like the Oban 14. I like that very, very much. Macallan 12, I like very much. Obviously, the other Macallans I like just as much, but they get kind of pricey. Go-to, I know it's going to sound boring, but like Glenlivet 12 all the time, all day long, I'm good with that. That's what I'm drinking right now. That's always really good. Yeah, I think within that sort of realm, I'm okay. I just don't like the peaty stuff. And I know Lafroig is really big, Lagavulin's really big. It's just too peaty for me, too smoky. I just don't care for it. Doesn't make it a bad scotch, which, by the way, brings me into segue. Cigars. Just because I don't like a certain cigar doesn't make it a bad cigar, folks.
Right.
Makes a cigar you don't like. Lagavulin is a phenomenal scotch. As a matter of fact, the gentleman who owns Vicarious, he loves really peaty scotches. The peatier, the better. Monkey Shoulder is a phenomenal scotch, but that's a blended scotch, but I love that scotch.
Yeah.
In any event, it doesn't make it a bad scotch, meaning the Lagavulin. It's just one that I don't like. So I don't like the peat. The peat.
Denise, what's your favorite rum?
Zacapa. I love Zacapa.
Oh, that stuff's so good.
I love Zacapa. It's what I'm drinking right now, actually. So
beautiful.
It's my go-to. I really love it. But there's a lot of really good ones out there, but Zacapa is really the one I, go for. Yeah.
Yeah, like most people in quarantine, we're not lacking on the alcohol here at the Cuevas household.
I'm still thinking about flying out there just so I can have a drink with you guys.
You'd be sitting out. By the way, it's phenomenal weather, man.
Beautiful day.
It's phenomenal weather.
The temperature is amazing
right now. It's phenomenal.
Now. It's great. And you know what? We've been in quarantine, but the days have been absolutely gorgeous. They just
good.
It rained for a few minutes yesterday, early morning. By mid-afternoon, it was blue and sunny and gorgeous.
Not
and today
a
has been
in
phenomenal.
The sky. Not a cloud
phenomenal.
in the sky. Yeah.
They started in the 60s. It moved up into the mid-80s. Mm-hmm. It's just been beautiful. So,
I was gonna say, if there's a time to be quarantined, like right now is it. Like this is the ideal time, almost over the entire country. This is like the ideal weather for everybody.
Maybe God has a plan, my friend. I don't know. We'll get into that sometime, you and I on the phone, but not now. Yeah.
I always say it, man. And listen, we don't even get into it now, but I always say God's got a plan bigger than me. I don't know what it is, but God's got a plan bigger than me. And I'll say it here in this group with everybody that I've always been at, man, because I'm not ashamed of it, that I just trust him, man, and I follow where he tells me to go.
I hear you.
Yep.
I hear you.
Joseph, to answer your question, I'm actually just sipping on water right now. I'm like massively dehydrated. The last couple times I went rock crawling, I have not drank a lot of water. The last time there was a guy falling off of a cliff, actually, and we ended up having a beer or two while we were waiting for them to try and pull him off the cliff. Because the only thing we were missing was popcorn, because it was quite a shit show. But the family's safe. We got everybody out of there. But he was dangling off like a 200+ foot cliff and should not have been there in the first place. But
he made it okay. He's okay.
Yeah. Actually, I saw the video of the recovery. We finally got a recovery truck up there that does it specifically, and we saw the video of that, and so everybody's fine. So Vance says that Louis, you're special. Is that how? Oh no, that's what's special about you.
And I give him a thumbs up. I mean, what am I going to say about that? I mean, that's a hell of a compliment.
I agree.
Hell of a compliment. Thank you.
Right. Chris Patterson, Chris up there at Vintage Havana in Ridgecrest, California. Actually, he's so you made. I think you've met him once before at one of the at TPE or at IPCPR. I know we got introduced. He came by. Las Vegas Cigar Outlet one time when we were there. But they have a little shop up in Ridgecrest right near a base. There are a couple firefighters that own the shop. He's actually in quarantine himself.
I remember him, yes.
Yep.
Thanks for all you do, Chris. Thank you. Yes, I remember you. I see the picture right now. Yes, thank you.
And they're supporting your product up there because of California's wonky laws and everything that's going that way. You guys don't ship direct to them, but they're one of the guys that are buying from the wholesaler we work with out in California, supporting your line.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
Thank you very, very much. Appreciate you.
We did cover what the favorite cigar for each family member in the line was, so you're going to have to go and reverse the video and watch it yourself.
We covered it, Joseph. We covered it. We
We
covered
covered it, bro. Thanks for jumping in, man. It was probably the time that you were clicking the link. So it's probably my fault, man.
it. But he's on the East Coast, way on the East Coast.
Yeah. Mike Davis says you're a great family, and I smoke the hell out of your cigars. Mike Davis is like one of your biggest supporters, man.
We appreciate that. Thanks, Mike. Means
Yeah.
a lot. Means a lot. More than you know. More than all of you guys know.
Well, and you're the most humble guy that I know, man. I mean, really, like you. The funniest thing, probably one of your biggest things is that you are like the hardest person to take a compliment.
I have a tough time with that. I do.
And I love that about you, man. I absolutely love. I'm calling you out, but I love that about you because you're just so humble about it, and you don't feel worthy of it.
We'll talk about God and this. You and I alone on the phone. Right?
No, man, I'm putting it out there, bro. But that's what I love about you, man. And I think that's what everybody loves about you is that you are so humble. It's easy to become a rock star in this industry and to get arrogant and pompous, and we see it all the time. And there's no reason for it.
No, none at all.
Yeah.
None at all. There's no room. Well, people that are, I guess, right? It's in their DNA. Yeah. It's not who I am. It's not who we are. So, hi, Christine. How are you?
Christine's jumping on here. Hey, Christine, how you doing? Tim wants to stow away in my luggage if I come out there to Florida.
Hey, listen, man. If you guys make it down to Florida, you have a welcome mat open to you. My mom's at our secondary home right now, which is down the street over here. Literally, it's within walking distance where I live right now. I guarantee you, if the house is empty,
that's a good one.
There you go. There you go, Francisco. Yes. Gracias.
Gracias.
If you guys come down. You're more than welcome to
yes.
Gracias. Arrivederci.
Yeah.
Jason wants to know, where can we get those shirts?
You know what, Jason? You asked for them, and maybe we'll do something tonight. We did something at the last podcast where we gave some shirts away, and maybe we'll do something like that tonight. So I don't sell them. We give them away and at events and whatnot. And Brandon, actually, we have some of yours still. Some of the ones you made.
Yeah.
He's made some phenomenal shirts for us too. So maybe we'll do something like that as we go on. But I don't sell them. Events will have them sometimes. There'll be swag that'll be given you by a box.
You want the 1990 shirt?
No, he wants the Cuevas shirt.
There is no Cuevas shirt. Brianca says a lot.
Thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful night.
Oh my gosh, how nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
Be safe. Be safe. I hope everyone you love is safe as well.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Hey, like that. Brianca says a lot.
Chris, man, thank you, brother. Thank you. And God bless you and everything you do, my friend.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Alex should be the face of the brand otherwise.
You know it's too well, Willie.
Speaking of which, Alec, .. There's got to be a follow-up thing here.
There's a follow. It's
coming.
We're waiting for this. Here we go. Oh, yeah. And then Matt Hashimoto says, I need that ashtray Brandon or Tim has. He's talking about your guys' stinky ashtrays.
You know what? Are down to, I think, 7 of them now. I got to reorder from Stinky. But right now, the way things are, I'm a little reluctant to spend money for obvious reasons. It's tough times. So, hey, Alex, what's up? How are you, brother?
Hi,
it's Alex. Hey, Alex.
Alex from Canada.
Alex from Canada. He's the one we shipped to in Canada.
Hey,
Brandon.
the cases.
We missed you guys a ton. In any event. So we will be ordering more, though, from Stinky. They do phenomenal work.
Thank you, Joseph. Thank you for the compliments, man. I appreciate it. Hey, listen, why don't we put something together real quick, and let's start closing this out a little bit. But I've still got a couple of these.
Awesome.
I don't know if you remember these that I made for you guys.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
I was really impressed with those. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Very cool.
So why don't we do something? Why don't we do something fun? Are you guys willing to give away like a shirt, something?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay. So let's do something fun. We've got Cigars Daily and we got Cigars King or Cigar King. Cigars King.
Okay. All right.
We got Cigars Daily and Cigar King that are both carrying the products online right now because I know we've got people all around the world that are watching right now that we can get on and we can order. We've got codes with those. They're pinned at the top in Cigar Mechanic Garage on Facebook that you can see the codes. I'll put them in the comments or in the description here in YouTube as well. But why don't we do something, man? If they pick up, I don't know, a handful of cigars, then message me with what do you want to do? 5 cigars, 10 cigars?
I don't know. 5 cigars is fine. I mean, the times are not the best right now, so 5 cigars is good, man. Yeah.
Cool. So you pick up any 5 Casa Cuevas cigars. Every 5 Casa Cuevas cigars will get you an entry into a raffle. What do you think? Drew will ship it out, not me.
Yeah. What the hell's Drew? Is he there?
Drew, come on in, say hi real quick. He won't be able to hear you because I'm got the earbuds on. But
there he is, the bearded wonder. How are you, brother?
He's calling you the bearded wonder. Wants to know how you're doing.
Nice.
I feel like a translator. It's all sign language. So let's do that. Okay, so pick up any 5 Casa Cuevas cigars from Cigars Daily or from Cigar King online. We've got CM10 with Cigar King. You got CMEC10 with Cigars Daily. You guys can use the code, gets you an additional 10% off. And then just snap a picture of your order, take a screenshot of your order, and DM me at Cigar Mechanic, and we'll put you guys all into a raffle. Let's do that for until next Friday.
Sure.
Fair enough. So
Absolutely.
Next Friday we'll pick. Let's pick 3 prizes. What do you think, Drew?
Sounds good.
Let's pick 3 prizes. We'll do a shirt. We'll do one of the carrying cases. It's a 3 stick.
And we'll do an ashtray. How about
and
that?
we'll do an ashtray. There you go.
There you go.
There you go, guys. So pick up any 5 Casa Cuevas cigars on one of those 2 sites, Cigars Daily or Cigar King. If they have something, if they don't have something you want, please put in the request. We'll get it to them. But pick up any 5 Casa Cuevas, and then make sure that you DM Cigar Mechanic, either Instagram or Facebook. Shoot me a message, when we'll get it taken care of for you. We'll put you right into the raffle every 5 sticks. So you pick up a box to get you 4 entries.
All right. All right.
I love it. I love it. Let's hear. Chris Patterson says, I just wanted to say hi to you all. Stay safe out there and keep up the great work. Chris, you stay safe, brother. You're out there in the front lines, man. We're sitting at our houses smoking cigars.
Yeah.
And Joseph as well. Joseph's also in the front lines. And God bless you guys.
Yeah.
God bless you guys.
You guys are in the front lines of this war right now, man. And I don't, man. I'm happy I'm not there, and I want to do everything we can to support you guys.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, times are tough.
There's Drew. Things are going well. Thanks for all you guys do.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Drew.
Thank you, Drew.
Matt, if you need to pick up a box, dude, just let me know, and we'll figure it out, dude. I'll have Drew ship it to you. Because personally, I can ship you craft supplies. I think you do photography. So we can send you some craft supplies for your photography craft.
There you go. Indeed.
There we go. Andrew Van Dyke says, boom, got a deal for you guys, man.
I like the picture.
Actually, I'd love one of those stinky ashtrays myself one day. Well, then, William, you got to buy some Casa Cuevas cigars.
Put your name in that raffle.
That's right. Get on into there.
Eliminate the America. Love you guys.
America.
Hopefully we'll see each other soon. And say hi to Ruth for us. Take care, Vance, man.
Bye, Vance.
Thanks for joining
Thank
us,
you.
brother. Thank you.
Oh.
We'll see each other soon.
All my care and support to Lewis and his family. And if you guys pick it up locally, there's a lot of great shops in Arizona locally too. Just DM me a picture that you picked up 5 Casa Cuevas cigars. We'll get you into the raffle.
All right.
I don't
All
want
right.
to keep everybody out of there because we got Joseph in the East Coast. Let's get everybody supported, nationwide on this.
Yeah. Yeah. Stay well, everybody.
All right. Jason says, thank you tonight, guys. Love and prayers to you guys.
Thank you very
Absolutely.
much.
Stay
Same to
safe.
you and your family, brother.
So Tim turns everybody on the Casa Cuevas, man. I'm telling you. Tim pushes it more than I do. I'm telling you. You should fire me and hire him as your rep.
Tim's phenomenal.
We love you, Tim.
Phenomenal. And Kyle is
We love
too. I got to
Kyle,
give a shout out to
too.
Kyle as well.
Absolutely.
They're both great. They're absolutely great. Kyle's just always playing Mr. Mom at home, so he can't always get on here.
I know.
Tim is just sitting there in his studio.
Thank you, Andrew, for the support.
Thank you so very much, Andrew. Appreciate that. That's a great picture again.
Yeah, it really is. Take care, Brian.
Absolutely, we will. We will. We'll be back there, man. We'll all be back there.
Yes, we will.
Meaning, you know, the U.S. will be back. We'll be back. We'll be back.
All right, guys. Well, listen, guys, I appreciate you guys coming on here and just taking the time out of your evening to be here. I know you guys are going to be going and getting some dinner. And what are we laughing at?
Yeah,
So
last comment.
Yeah.
Last comment.
William, it's more than fair, man. It wouldn't be fair if I was in the raffle. I made half the stuff. But here we go. Beautiful family.
Thank
you, Osmi.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time, Cuevas family. It's a pleasure to talk to you guys. Hashimoto. He wants you guys Hashimoto. No, guys, you guys are near and dear to my heart, and I absolutely love you guys. Every single one of you. Alec coming out and spending the time and just manning up and taking that. Denise, every time you give me a hug and I get to see you, man, it's a pleasure. And Luis, as always, man, for being there with me since day one, just being a brother, being supportive, being a coach. I would not be here if it wasn't for you and your family. So thank you very much for that.
That means a lot, man. Thank you.
Brandon, you're a star.
Thank you. You are.
Well, I love you guys, and thank you guys so much for being a part of this and for keeping it real, man. I mean, usually my shows are such a shit show, and you guys kept it like straight for me. So but I love you guys. Stay safe out there, and I look forward to seeing you guys soon.
You too. Right. Be well, everybody.
Yes,
be safe, everyone.
Be safe.
Oh, real quick, where can they find you guys? Where can they follow you? Give us some social media points here.
Casa Cuevas Cigars on Instagram, Casa Cuevas Cigars on Facebook as well. The Twitter account we don't do much with, so kind of stay away from that, I guess. But Instagram and Facebook,
follow me.
Casa
already,
Cuevas Cigars.
Know,
Make sure you put Casa Cuevas Cigars. Not without the cigars, I mean, you're not going to find it. So Casa Cuevas Cigars, Instagram, and on Facebook, you'll find us. We're there. A lot of posting goes on. I'm not really good at that, but there's people that do it for me. Thank God. And including the guy right here hosting the show.
I'm the social media person.
We know who it is. Alec, I love your social media too. Where can they find you?
You can find me at, I have to change my username, I do, but I'm currently at Alec_cross20 because I used to do cross country, and that's when I had my Instagram account way back in the day. So that's my handle as of right now, is Alec_cross20. So anything that I post up in terms of cigars, I will be tagging Casa Cuevas as well. So if you do follow me on my social media on Instagram, you will be able to also find Casa Cuevas Cigars.
And it's Alec with a C. Make sure it's with a C, not Alex. It's Alec.
Yes.
Correct.
Then, Baldwin or anybody else.
Yeah, and I'm at Nisi Casa Cuevas, so I think a lot of people follow me already. So,
of course.
Yeah, and on Instagram, I don't do Facebook a lot. I just kind of just attach whatever I put on Instagram to Facebook, so it goes on there automatically. But Instagram, I'm the one that's mostly posting stuff on there.
Perfect. And you can always follow hashtag, on Instagram, you can always follow hashtag Casa Cuevas Cigars as well. So you can see who's posting what, and you can see what guys are posting out there, and you always see what they're posting as well. So.
And I want to say a shout out to Creativas Group, Gabriel and Liza Piñeras, who handle our PR and our social media and everything else.
They've been amazing.
To a large degree, they are phenomenal. Absolutely. So anyway, if you're starting a business out there, they're good people to reach out to.
Absolutely.
Creativas Group, Creativas Group.
Yeah, they're great.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you, Andrew. Wow, that's a hell of a compliment. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, guys, thank you so much. I know you guys got dinner to get to, and thank you so much for being here this evening with me. I love you guys dearly, and you guys stay safe and have a wonderful evening. Thank you.
You guys do the same.
From
Be
our
safe
casa
out there.
To yours. Hashtag from our casa to yours.
Be safe.
I love it.
Take care.
Take care.
All right, guys. Good night.
Bye.
Good night. Good night.
All right, guys, everybody, thank you so much for being here tonight on the show. I really appreciate every one of you, all of your love, all of your support, all of your great comments. Thank you for supporting Casa Cuevas Cigars and making this brand what it is today. I know this family well, and they appreciate every bit of the support you guys give. Please make sure you're getting out there. Again, if you pick up any 5 Casa Cuevas cigars, DM me, Cigar Mechanic, at either Instagram or Facebook. Every 5 Casa Cuevas cigars you buy will get you entry into the raffle, which will get you either this custom cigar case, possible winning of the custom cigar case. You can also get a stinky ashtray is in the raffle prizes for us, the Casa Cuevas Stinkies, or one of the awesome Casa Cuevas shirts. All you got to do is pick up 5 cigars. Every 5 cigars you pick up gets you an entry into that. So if you pick up a box of cigars, you got 4 entries. You pick up 5 boxes of cigars, well, you got 20 entries. So pick up whatever you can, support the family, be there for them, because you know what? This is one of the most amazing families in the industry, and I love them with all of my heart. And I can say that from the bottom of my heart, that support these guys. Let's continue to support them. Again, Cigars Daily, if you don't have it near you, you can get on cigarsdaily.com with CMEC10, and you'll get an additional 10% off of your purchase. Or at cigarking.com, you can pick up Casa Cuevas cigars with CM10. That gets you an additional 10% off of your purchase as well. So either one of those guys would love to ship them to you. They get lightning fast shipping, and they take care of you right away. So make sure you're sending me those photos. Put them up on your Instagram, your Facebook. Let everybody know how much you love the family and how much you love the cigars. And I appreciate every one of you guys for being here tonight. Thank you guys for all the great comments. I love you guys. Hashimoto, love you too, brother. Cigar Show Tim from Dad Smoking Cigars. Francisco, thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Jason, Joseph, all you guys, thank you for all the love, and I appreciate you guys. And let's stay smoky, stay safe, stay clean, stay healthy. We'll catch you guys all later. Have a great evening. Bye.